Dana White announced on Instagram that Kayla Harrison now signed with the UFC and will be fighting at the UFC 300. Now, is that really that amazing, or is it maybe just too late and there's some other factors why it's not as crazy as it might seem? Let me give you my take on this in this video, guys. Hello and welcome to Bloodsport MMA.
Salam alaikum, my brother.
So if you're an MMA freak, you definitely know Kayla Harrison. I think two-time Judo gold medalist, and a lot of accomplishments in the PFL, was a long time undefeated until Pacheco, former UFC fighter as well, dethroned her in the PFL. And it was always that dream matchup that Kayla Harrison comes over to the UFC and fights Amanda Nunes, or even Chris Cyborg at some point. That was also a dream matchup in the UFC. And it somehow never happened, even though it looked like she's gonna sign with the UFC like 2 years ago. Then Peña beat Nunes, so somehow it didn't happen then, whatever. And we all thought, okay, that's it. She's old now, it won't happen. But now she signed with the UFC. Now, my first thought was, nice, that's cool. That's surprising, that's cool, that's someone new, that's someone that always should have been in the UFC. But the more you think about it, like, she's fighting Holly Holm, which is a cool matchup because Holly Holm is like a legend and Raquel Harrison's a legend, and somehow makes sense, you could say, right? The problem is, what does she do after? First of all, she's in a division, the most boring division in the UFC, the women's 135 division, the most boring division that exists.
You suck, boom, roasted.
Right? I mean, let's be honest, the champion is Raquel Pennington. If you watch a Raquel Pennington fight without someone holding a gun to your head, you're out of your mind. Like, it's honestly, with all love and respect, as boring as it gets. This division is literally just filled with some overweighted women's fighters. Most of them are actually flyweight fighters that somehow just don't want to make a weight cut and want to stay fluffy, and for that fight in the bantamweight division. If we're completely honest here.
Fat virgins, every single one of them, yeah?
And Nunes is not here anymore. Of course, Nunes talked about a potential comeback, but Nunes is not here anymore, and I think there's no interesting matchup for her. Of course, you could say Juliana Peña and stuff, but I think like Kayla Harrison runs through a Raquel Pennington. It's not like, oh my God, Chris Cyborg is still here, Amanda Nunes is here, like this is gonna be a hot pot of crazy matchups. No, it's just like, yeah, maybe against Juliana Peña, it could be interesting, even though I think Kayla Harrison is just too big for Juliana Peña. And there comes another problem. Will Kayla Harrison be able to make 135? I don't think so. Have you ever looked at Kayla Harrison? That's a whole man. And I don't mean it disrespectful. That's a whole man. Like, that's a big fucking girl, you know what I mean? Like, that's a real machine. And she made 140. No, she fought at 155, if I'm not mistaken, in the PFL. And I think when she first tried to make a deal with the UFC, it was even a problem because she would have had to fight at UFC at 145. Now 135, I don't think she will be I don't know if she will be able to make that weight, only she knows, but I don't have the highest hopes that she will make that weight.
Doesn't matter, weight class don't matter to me.
Especially consistently, championship weight, 135. I have my issues believing that she will make that consistently and really make it. So it's just, yeah, it's a cool name, it's a cool addition to the UFC in a way, but it's a little bit too late. The division is absolutely dead at the moment, and I don't know if she will be able to show her full potential at 135, if she will be able to make that weight even. So I'm really looking forward to that fight, honestly though. I really look forward to see how she looks at 135, how she looks when she makes the weight cut, how the fight will go, blah, 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 this and that. I'm really looking forward to that, but I am not as hyped as I would have been 3 years ago if she would have been announced to the UFC. But hey, better late than never, right? So let's see how Kayla Harrison does. Write your opinion in the comments, guys. Are you hyped for Kayla, Judo Kayla, to join the UFC? Do you think nothing special? Write your opinion in the comments, guys. I'd appreciate to hear that. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, guys. Would appreciate that as well. Buy the Bloodsport merch and stay bloody, you guys. Until the next one, bye-bye. Bloodsport out.